Yo, what up guys, Bifside here to share some good news regarding two champions that are going to be rebalanced in the next coming update or patch. So you might not see the changes in game right now, but it's coming soon. So what are these two champions? Does this mean that they will now be useful and you will not have to store them in your vault anymore? Yes, I think so. You will love this one. So the first champion is one that I do have, fortunately for me. And yes, while others have the Tarish and Mariska, Rotos and Sifi, Venus and her counterpart, I got my first duo as Minaya and Corona, which is not the strongest duo you want. But at that time when I got them, they helped me through that, through maybe some faction war single, individually, because they are not from the same faction. But when you put them together in the same team, they helped me through Doom Tower with a stun set. And on Corona, right, he helped consistently keep the difficult waves of that Doom Tower stunned or provoked right here. So that's why I really appreciate her. And even as a single champion being used in faction war, she's the healer that you need in that content. So what is changing about this champion skill? Definitely she's gonna be worth using. If you go over to her skills right here, you'll see her A2 called Mending Waves. It currently has a heal. It will heal her, then heal the champion with the lowest HP by 10,000 HP. Well, they are changing that amount of heal that will be, it's not like a fixed 10,000 HP now. It will be 30% of her max HP. That is what is changing right here. Heals this champion and the ally with the lowest HP by 30% of this champion's max HP. So that's a bigger heal. 30% of her max HP is going to be, let's say she's 100k, that's a 30k heal. So it's no longer be a 10,000 flat HP heal right here. It's a good one. That's the not a main healing ability, but I think that's also the main healing. It also places heal reduction, and now it will not just place heal reduction, it will also place a leech debuff on the enemies. So this skill, the part that says heal reduction, will now include and leech debuff. So they didn't just add healing to this skill, they also added an extra debuff to it. Where can leech be useful? In every content, I guess, that you can think of using it. And that's not all about this skill. They are also making it that when Corona is in the same team, this debuff cannot be resisted. So that's going to be a useful one. Originally, the only real benefit this champion gets from when Corona is in this team is this passive, right? When he's in this team right here, when killed, she gets revived. So that's now she's also getting a benefit on her A2. When he's in the same team, she will not need accuracy to land the heal reduction. She will not need accuracy to land the leech. So if you're always running them together, that might be a very useful. I can think of one place that would be crazy good, maybe in the Cursed City, if that's content open and both of them can be paired together. If you don't have to build this champion with accuracy, it means she can be built with high HP and do a crazy amount of healing. She's definitely going to be more useful now in content. So if he's not in the same team, you will need accuracy to land the leech and heal reduction. All right, that's not all that is being buffed about her, although that's kind of a huge buff from the 10,000 HP to even 30% of based on her max HP. So now her beauties allure, which is her A3 skill, also being changed a little bit. What is being changed about this skill now? It will place this block debuff buff on all allies for 2 turns. Originally, what does it do? It places this block debuff buff for 2 turns on champions under increased defense. So that's very a condition that heals all allies by 40% of their massive shield. Massive shield is not changing. Then places block debuff buff for 2 turns on champions under increased defense. So that means most of your champions who are already under increased defense will get this block debuff buff, but that's changing. It's going to be on all allies. There's no condition anymore whether they are increased defense or not. They will get that block debuff buff on a 4-turn cooldown. That makes her the standard rare type of block debuff buff. How long does it last for? 2 turns. That's a nice one. So that's all that is changing about this beauty allure, and the second part of that skill is not changing. So is that enough to make it now very useful to be used? I don't know. All right, for her passive, it's also going to be changing. What is changing about this passive right here? Fills this turn meter of all allies by 20%. That's it. And heals them by 20% of this champion's max HP when this champion is killed. So now she will not just feel the turn meter anymore, she will also do a heal of 20% of her max HP when she's killed. So originally it only feels turn meter when she's killed, but now she will also heal 20% of her max HP to everybody when she's killed. So does that mean she's never gonna be killed? But anyways, if she eventually goes down, everybody gets a ton of HP added to them, and then she gets revived if Corona is in the team. Of that part doesn't change at all. So I don't know if this is enough to now begin to use this champion in every content, but I like the change. I feel like she's gonna be more in line with the recent changes that is happening in Raid and all the new content that has been added. This feels like a more worthy champion to be used. So I can't wait to see what we can use her to do in new content or in older content now that she has a few debuffs added to her and a few more healing to the team. Crazy amount of healing, I know, but almost all her skills now have a little bit of healing coming in for you. All right, the next champion that is changing, or that is going to be rebalanced, that's what we're going to call it. It's going to be Queen Eva. She's from the Dark Elves faction, right? And she's best known in Raid as one of those champions where when you get her, you just use her as a campaign farmer. That's one of her best roles, but I always sometimes come across this champion in the arena and she does have a block revive. That's all I know about her. I don't own this champion, so I can't say whether these changes to her skill set will be better for you now, whether she's going to be useful or not. So you guys let me know if these her changes that are coming to her will now be better or not. Her damage is being increased from this her skill, her A1 skill. Her damage is being increased right now. It has a 50% chance of placing heal reduction. It's now going to be a 70% chance of placing that heal reduction. So she's still a debuffer, that didn't change, but the damage will be increased. She also now will place a block buff debuff. Originally it just places the heal reduction, but now it will also place a block buff debuff. Also has an extra chance of inflicting critical hits. So that means this champion does not need to be built with 100% crit. Champions who has an extra chance of placing 15% critical hit or inflicting 15% critical hit will not need to be built with 100% crit rate. That means you can bump up their crit damage by even a higher amount. So she's getting block buff debuff on the A1. She also increasing her chances of critting on it also before she even hits. The next skill that is being changed is this ancient curse. What is being changed about it? The damage, which is the multiplier, has been increased, and then it will now also ignore 50% of the target's defense. I think this is a skill that places block revive. Yes, so she's gonna now ignore 50% of the target's defense. Also has an extra chance of placing critical hit. This is gonna make her a crazy damage dealing champion on her A2 also. That's a single target hit. If he ignores 50% of the target's defense and gonna be having a 15% extra crit, that means you have 85% crit to build on her and more crit damage. You will most likely place the block revive on one of these squishy enemies when you come across them in content. So she is still gonna ignore she's still gonna place block revive for sure, but now she has that 50% ignore target's defense right here. Does that mean Queen Eva becomes an awesome single target nuker? I don't know. That's all that is changing about this skill. And of course, they say the multiplier or the damage is increased, as they call it. The next skill is this energy drain skill, right? They also just increase the damage. That's the only thing that changed about this one. So I think her multipliers all around are going to be increased, and I can't wait for people who have this champion to test her out in content to see whether she is now a god, or this will even make her kill enemy waves fast when we see her being used in nightmare campaign farming. I think there will be more ways to use her right now. None of her other skills are just used, are changed. It just seems that they made her do more damage, which might be useful for those players who are vaulting her. I maybe don't think she hits hard enough. Those are the only two champions that is being rebalanced. Unfortunately, nothing more is coming, but it's good rebalances and we appreciate that. I have some other information to take a look at in terms of new content that is launching in Raid right now, so bear with me. The first thing we looked at, I think in yesterday's video, we looked at this event that popped up in game, summon pool event, and initially I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to go extra hard for it. I don't have the gems, I don't have the energy. I complain that I don't want to go farm, especially the Sand Devil Necropolis, for me to come here, summon it, and not get anything. So after I looked at the Fire Knight did look enticing. I was like, okay, I can maybe get 30 prism crystals from the Fire Knight and use it to summon once, because it will cost you 30 to summon once. So I will go for that Fire Knight. And if you do not know, the Fire Knight also has one of those Titan event points waiting for you right there. That means the second week of obtaining Titan event has officially started, so you can go over to the Fire Knight. Even if you're not going all the way to the top for that prism crystals, you can stop halfway, because I can see some accounts right here at the corner farming Fire Knight. So you can also be farming Fire Knight on your account. I'm almost doing that on the Fire Knight on my team. I've not started farming Fire Knight, but I just wanted to check that prism crystals, Titan event points are in here. Prism crystals are also in here. So depending on how much resources you have, you will not have 6,300 points. I'm level 100, that's why I have that. Newer accounts have about 3,000 or so lesser maximum point to go for the prism crystals, but it's not 100% required. I think the Titan event is more than enough to just stop and end it right here, especially if you're saving resources for something else that is coming. So since before the Fire Knight launched and there's no dungeon divers attached to this Fire Knight, I guess it works out for those farming for CBC. I decided to spend yesterday's energy in the Sand Devil, and without spending gems, I managed to get up to this high amount of points in the Sand Devil. So I will have an opportunity to summon twice in that prism crystals or special summoning event that is going on before it ends. So I just wanted to share that update. Still a long way to go, and it's expiring soon, so I'm not farming it yet. I just wanted to show that that's what I'm doing right now in raid. There's nothing else happening besides this clan versus clan, which has personal rewards if you're going for it. Good luck. I hope your clan wins. If I go hard on it, I have 600 energy. I think I like to hit that, at least that milestone of 3 of this energy, and then push up to 200k. One more waiting for me right here. That is 600 pot energy, and which is one on tier 5 that I'm currently getting right now. So I hope I can get it this time around. Clan is looking like, yeah, we can still catch up. We're not yet far off from our opponents. So that's all that is happening in raid this morning. I just wanted to hop on here and share the information, the good news about the champion rebalances that are coming. If you guys are crazy enough to go for these crazy progressive chance events that are going on right now for these amazing champions, I'm saving everything I have, all my shards, for the upcoming fusion. Or yes, definitely skipping out on the Deck of Fate. We've been seeing hints that Deck of Fate is coming, but we've still not seen it in game yet. Let me see for Voids what is available. Probably one of these crazy champions that they talked about yesterday. Yes, spenders in raid will be going crazy for this champion because she's definitely worth it, and that's Mariska, your chance to get it. I already reset my message trying to get a Sifi, so just right after a Sifi 15x, they came up with a Mariska one because maybe that one did so well. And yeah, good luck to all of you pulling your voice shards or buying voice shards because you think this is the best chance you have of ever getting a progressive chance event for Mariska. And it's going to be a while before they launch something like this again. It's true, but I'm not baited. I don't even have the resources to go for it, so I'm going to save everything I have. Later in the evening, I might do a free-to-play update or not, or even a live stream, but I do have some shards to pull on that account. That's why I'm waiting for a video to do it on live. What do you think about this Queen Eva change? What do you think about this Minaya rebalance? Is it a good one, or do you think they could have done more? I'll see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily raid content. Later, guys.